Hey guys, how you doing? So I'm going to do a not a speed run. I have an account here that's just had a very bad run of things, and we're starting from a rapid rating of 600, and we're going to see what we can do. I'm going to try and turn things around. I'm going to try and play better. So I've got a 15 plus 10 game here, and opponent is rated 537. So what's the point? The point is that I'm going to do nothing but follow principles all the way. Okay. So we have a normal opening. My opponent is attacking this pawn. Can I develop a piece and defend it? Yes, I can. There you go. So principles are: don't leave pieces hanging, develop your stuff. My opponent is attacking the pawn a second time. Can I defend it again? Well, yes, I can. I can push d6. Okay, opponent advances, now attacking my knight. I need to move the knight. I'm going to move it here. So general principle being, I want to have my knight generally centralized, and I want to have my knight generally up the board. Okay. Opponent is now attacking the knight. Is the knight defended? Yes, it is actually defended 4 times. So I don't have to worry about this. However, I can push a pawn if I want to, but that is moving a pawn around my king. No real reason to do that. Let's develop another minor piece, this time coming with a pin. So the idea really is I'm going to treat these games as one-dimensionally as I can to start with, hopefully to prove the power of the basics. Okay, so we're in the opening phase of the game. The name of the game is to develop. I'm going to develop my knight. I appreciate it could be captured, but that's the risk you take. Okay, I want to get this bishop out. Now, if I push g6, it actually hangs the knight. So I can't do that. I'm going to move my other knight so that I can now bring my bishop out and castle. It's basics all the way. That is my general next move, but obviously I'm going to pay attention to what my opponent does. Okay, he's undeveloped his own knight. Right, let's bring the bishop out. And I think he's decided to put his knight in the wrong place. Okay, fair enough. Okay, now I can castle. So if you're around the 500 to 600 kind of rating range, then this stuff really is for you. Okay, let's just see what's defended. That is defended by the knight. That is defended by the pawn and the queen and the knight. That is defended by this knight. Right, my next job is to connect my rook. So queen d7. Get the queen off the back rank. My bishop is now under attack. If I come here, my opponent does have this. So I'm going to trade off the bishop. Trade it for the knight. That's undefended, that's undefended. Okay, this is now defended twice. Okay, so now what? I've now completed development. Move at 11, completed development. Let's centralize the rooks. Opponent's king is still in the middle. It's another good principle in general. Okay, opponent castles. Now my goal is to start pushing towards the king, really. Improve my pieces, but not in a clever way. I'm just going to start pushing. Push stuff. So I'm starting with the file that the king is on, the c file. Let's try and create some space. Let's get a rook onto that file. If pawn takes, I could even take with the queen, which is a major piece onto the file. Okay, Right, so I'm going to capture. I'm going to recapture with the bishop because I don't want to mess up the pawns in front of my king. General thing I'm going to stick to here is keeping the pawns in front of the king. Okay, opponent attacks my queen. Can I block? Yes, but it's silly. So let's move the queen. Again, keeping her off the back rank. I want to keep my rooks connected. Good principle. So it's 15 plus 10. We've got quite a lot of time here. If I take that pawn, I'm inviting my opponent to improve his knight. So again, I'm just going to push another pawn up the board. All I want to do, and he's actually helping me here. I mean, he's put this pawn now on an undefended square. Queen b6 is also a thought. Okay, I'm going to take with the queen, like we said. Queen defends this pawn. It is attacked twice. So actually, opponent could here win a pawn. So where am I going to put my queen? I'm going to put my queen here, I think. Now he could bring his pawn back. Again, he could also capture this loose pawn, but that is not too bad for me actually. That's not too bad at all. I can improve my knight as well. My knight can now come in. So there's a protected square on f4. Okay. So he's not captured anything there. I'm just going to move my rook across, line it up again with an important piece. The queen. Here. If knight takes, okay. Right, now I get to improve my knight. I'm going to slide it forwards. I actually win 38 points if I win this game because it's a very new account. I'm actually attacking the pawn here on g2 as well. I'm kind of threatening to go in there, but that square is covered twice. I imagine he's going to push g3, in which case I may just come back. If I come here, bishop takes me, I've got queen takes. Okay, so coming back, again just trying to reroute, still trying to get my knight into the center of the board, still trying to get my knight up towards the opponent's king. He's actually playing a decent game so far. He's missed, well no, he couldn't actually capture that now. Okay, so queen here, what's the idea with that? Now I do have bishop g5, but it can be blocked with the move f4. This is a pin, but if f4, I can take the pawn. Pinning the queen on the king. It's just an alignment error, not a major error. f4 is playable. Now if I take with the pawn, I'm attacking the queen, and by the way, this pawn cannot take because then bishop takes and it reinstates the pin, and that's a blunder. Now the queen will be lost. So that is a tactic, spotting that the queen and the king had an alignment issue, and the opponent just simply did not need to take that pawn. But having said that, what was the option? If the queen moves away, say even here, I'm threatening to push or just to take the pawn with a discovered check, but that's only a discovered check. It's not losing your whole queen. So you've got to play through the scenarios. If I take the pawn, what's going to happen? Well, bishop takes and my queen dies. Okay, opponent's now just throwing caution to the wind and sacrificing everything. Alright, pushing a pawn up. Very important here not to lose your rag. That knight is undefended. Let's take it. So simply scan the board. Now I have a check here. Covers those, king would be forced there. I have a check here. King is then forced here. I think the quickest finish may even be just something like this, but still got to cover this square, haven't I? Maybe actually check, force him here, and then queen in there. That's the way to do it. Okay, I can capture the pawn, it's undefended. Alright, again, we just keep our cool. Let's push the pawn forward. Right, I want to open space now. My opponent's king is in the middle of the board. I have queen and rooks. I just want to open up lines towards the king. I can throw these pawns on the floor, I will. Pawn takes, rook takes, check. It's all going to be over very quickly. May even offer a draw. Just so that we kind of keep around this level, and he actually gets points, I think, if we draw. So so it's a completely one position. I am going to offer a draw. Unless he's abandoned. Because he's not responding. Okay, I'll resign the game. That's fine. Now, let's just go over the game. We don't have to look at the game review. Pawn in the centre. Defend. Pawn is under attack, we defend. Pawn is under attack twice, we defend again. Pawn pushes. Move the knight out of the way. Bishop. I'm not worried about this knight, it's very well defended. Defended 4 times. So let's develop a minor piece. I could also have put this knight here, but if takes, yes, I capture towards the centre, which is principle, but no need. Develop a minor piece. Moving this knight now, you know, a 3rd time, which is kind of unprincipled, but the idea is castle here. We actually had this in a lesson the other day. Simon, I think it was. And anytime you move your knight sideways, you do have this option. But even it coming this way as well, by the way. So he's got that, and it's also sometimes got this route to the same place. Now 2 knights in front of your king, super solid. Okay, this is just poor. I mean, so what he should be doing is castling, get his queen off the back rank. He uses 2 moves to put his knight here in order to defend this pawn. Now he could have done this. So I am attacking that pawn, but hang on, no. The pawn's defended already. He's already defending the pawn. Okay, so he's wasting moves. I mean, my knight was kicked away. So although you might argue that I lost a move there, but so did my opponent by advancing his pawn too far. Okay, but this is pointless now. Develop minor piece, get ready to castle. Castle. Queen off the back rank, development complete on move 10. Attacks, and I've got nowhere really safe to go. If I come back here, he plays g4, and my bishop's trapped, so trade him off. No worries. Centralising the rooks. And now we're just thinking about, well, centralise 1 rook, and now we're just thinking about pushing forwards, trying to open up lines towards the king. Not difficult. My knights are doing a reasonable job here. I've got a bad bishop, but it's alright, bishops don't mind hibernating. And he trades off, so I take with the bishop. He attacks my queen, move out of the way. And this is a bit of a rash move here, where the pawn, there's absolutely no requirement to push that pawn at this point in time. Material is equal. So what should he be doing? White. Well, I mean, he's got a good bishop there. I think he should be pushing up, maybe on this side of the board, something like this, going towards my king, not weakening his own king. So I counter the pawn, take, get the queen out of trouble, respond to the attacks. These attacks are insignificant. Knight here, move the knight back, why not? And then this was the big issue. After I take here, he really could have just slid across, something like, I don't know. Look at the best. Oh, okay, we don't get lines. That's fine, because I'm on a free account. But notice how kind of everything's defended on my side, right? This queen is not on a defended square, nor the knight's defended only by the queen, so on and so forth. Okay, and this just loses material, and here he's just lashed out. Okay, so we're looking at common beginner mistakes, and I really did nothing clever there at all. So if you're in the 500 to 600 range, hopefully you've picked up one or two things in that. So hopefully I'll do better in my next game, and we'll start to move up 600, 700. But it'd be nice for my my rating to settle down a bit. I don't really want to be winning and losing 50 points per game while it sorts itself out. But so we'll take it slowly and build up. But if this is useful for you, please let me know in the comments. My idea is not to go out stealing points off low rated players. I'm doing this to help you guys. So yeah, we may offer a bunch of draws in this, but yeah, let me know what you think. Hopefully it's useful. Thank you for watching. See you later.